What's up, everybody? My name's Big Cam. Welcome back to another episode of Comically Boston. Today is episode 211 and we are talking about the weekly nerdy news today. And it was a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend and so much was going on, and not a crazy news week because of the holiday, I think. I normally like to kick off my Thanksgiving with the Macy's Day Parade, and of course they had the giant Spider-Man balloon swinging through New York City right in front of Radio City Music Hall. And I always am somebody that I like to watch the parade. This year I didn't really watch it so much. I was too busy, making breakfast and then getting ready to get in the car and head over to my grandparents' house. But we had a wonderful little Thanksgiving dinner, just the three of us, me and my grandmother and grandfather, over in Groton, Mass, over in the boonies. But opening up this Thanksgiving weekend, there was a bunch of movies in theaters. I think 4 new ones. Moana 2, Wicked, Gladiator 2, and Red 1, the Christmas film. And that did well, but I don't think as well as the other 3 I just named. But Moana 2 opened up with an A- cinema score and really blew out the box office, because Moana 2 took home the highest grossing out of all 3 of the movies. Between the 3 movies, this has been the highest grossing Thanksgiving weekend ever for movies, with 422 million just domestically. So I'm pretty sure that means United States alone. Moana grossed $221 million. Wicked grossed $117 million, breaking records for like the highest musical box office, I believe. And then Gladiator 2 made a humble $44 million. And I think some people saw Gladiator 2 early, like myself, last week, before Thanksgiving, and then it left them time to go see a Wicked or a Moana 2 or a Red 1 this weekend. I know my mother and sister were in Florida visiting my mother's mother, my Nana, for Thanksgiving, and they ended up going out and seeing Red 1 while they were down there in Florida. Shocking. I would have thought they would have seen any of the other 3 movies. Maybe not Gladiator 2, but I would have thought they would have wanted to see Wicked or Moana 2. But me personally, I saw Gladiator 2 and I really loved it. There's a spoiler-free review up on the channel now. Go check that out if you haven't. Really good movie. Great cast. The cast for Wicked is phenomenal, so I might have to check that one out, but it's a 2-hour and 40-minute movie, and they were absolutely sold out in every theater around me this weekend, except for like a 9:45 showing, and I didn't want to be in the movie theaters until, midnight on a Sunday. Some people had to work this morning, you know what I mean? So that's crazy. But comment below if you went and saw Wicked, Gladiator 2, or Moana 2, or even Red 1 this weekend. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. But also, new posters for Kraven the Hunter, Sony's new Marvel adjacent film, coming out in December, and it should have been out a year ago, but hey, they're starting to do press for it, so I believe this movie's actually coming out, so I can actually believe it's real now. But I believe this comes out next Friday, December 13th, so not this week, but next week. So I'll probably be going, the 12th, that Thursday, to go see it. But this is a Cinemark XD poster. I kind of like this. This is like a splash painting picture of Kraven with the orange eyes. I like that one. This is a 40X and Kraven the Hunter, and I really do want to see Aaron Taylor-Johnson in this role. And as far as Sony movies go, I am optimistic about this one. Here's another poster for Screen X. Aaron Taylor-Johnson is kind of black and looks little blood drops. He's holding a skull in his hand, so I don't know, man. They are really leaning into rated R, and this movie seems like it's going to be very cool. And of course, my favorite of the posters I seen was Kraven sitting on his little throne here with antlers. This is the Dolby poster with the DD in the background, Dolby Cinemas. Aaron Taylor-Johnson is Kraven the Hunter, exclusively in movie theaters, December 13th. His father is Russell Crowe. There's some other great actors in there as well. This is going to be an epic Sony movie, or it could be an absolute dud. So who knows? We'll see. I know coming out this weekend, I believe December 7th, I don't know if I'll go see it because I'm now into the Christmas mood. I'm not really into my Halloween mood anymore. But if you guys remember from spooky season, I was huge into the werewolves this year. And there is a new movie coming out with Frank Grillo, it says in theaters December 6th, called Werewolves, and they used a mix between practical and CG werewolves, and this practical werewolf looks so damn good that I might need to go see this movie. I don't know about you guys. Would you guys go see a spooky Halloween movie in December? Maybe the people that are real Halloween buffs, but me personally, I've leaned into now Christmas season, so I don't know if I can go see a Halloween movie. But I know like Nosferatu's also coming out, I believe, around Christmas, so I don't know. Are people going to see scary movies or spooky movies during the holiday season? I don't know. Comment those things down below if you're the type of person, or will you be waiting until, I mean, December 7th, this weekend? By this weekend, people are still going to want to go see Moana 2, Gladiator 2, Wicked, Red 1. So now throwing in a werewolf movie in select theaters, probably, not probably all over the place. So if it's playing near you and you went to go see it, please comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts on werewolves and whether it's worth it for me to watch this year, or maybe I'll have to wait till next Halloween. I don't know. I do want to see it though. There's another one called The Wolfman coming out with Julia Gardner from Ozark. She's really good. So she's like the wife of the guy that turns into a wolf man. So I kind of want to see that one as too, but I don't think that one comes out till January. And by then, it'll be so cold that I'll have forgotten all about Halloween. Alright, like, speaking of movies though, and new posters, the new Lilo and Stitch movie, the live action version, is going to be out in theaters May 23rd. But here's another Lilo and Stitch poster with Stitch here holding a coconut in his mouth. I don't know if this is a live creature or just like a toy. Either way, oh no, it might be her little toy from the animated movie, just a live action version of the toy. I don't know if I'm going to be here for this one or not, but the way that Stitch looks pretty perfect. So I don't know, Lilo and Stitch live action. Will you guys be there in May? I know January 29th, streaming on Disney Plus, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man will be coming out, and I'm not sure if this means that it will all be dropping on January 29th, or if it will be 1 week at a time for however many episodes. I wouldn't be surprised if it maybe drops all at once. You can watch all the videos all at once, and then by a couple weeks later, 2 weeks after this, Captain America Brave New World comes out, and then I believe maybe like a month after that, Daredevil Born Again drops. So we're only a few months out from Daredevil Born Again content on the channel. Get excited, guys, because this is exciting stuff. I'm super hyped for Daredevil Born Again. I'm very excited for next July, though, because it has now come out that the Fantastic Four First Steps movie has wrapped filming. I'm sure they probably have 1-2 weeks brief little reshoots coming up maybe in March, but as far as right now, they are finished shooting and they are entering into the post-production phase of things. And of course, you got Johnny Storm's Fire Hand, The Thing's Rock Hand, Mrs. Invisible Woman, Vanessa Kirby's hand, and Pedro Pascal's Mr. Stretchy, Mr. Fantastic hand. Very hyped for Fantastic Four. Comment below if you're looking forward to seeing that terrific cast and what they're going to be doing to get themselves into the MCU for like Secret Wars and Avengers Doomsday. Very hyped about that. But I got my Hawkeye shirt on today because Hailee Steinfeld has now gotten engaged to her boyfriend slash quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, and the internet got taken by storm. Some people very happy for her, and don't get me wrong, I am very happy for her. Go do her thing. Josh Allen seems like a nice guy, but he's also a Buffalo frickin' Bill, so, you know, she married herself she's a superhero, she's married herself a quarterback. They're going to have lots of money. They're going to make some beautiful babies. It's going to be what it is. Happy for the two of them. But Hailee Steinfeld's way too gorgeous to be getting married this young. She needs to be doing her own thing for the rest of her life. Like marrying me, I don't know. I'm heartbroken. The funniest thing I saw from this engagement was Shameik Moore posting and everyone just being like, Shameik's high diving off a building right now. No, no. How are they going to do Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 3 with Hailee being not single? We need her and Shameik to fall in love. I mean, Shameik really fell in love with her, but she was not into him. But she had a quarterback sitting at home, so can you blame her? Fuck Josh Allen. Over the weekend, I came out with a Sideshow Hot Toys unboxing video for Vision from WandaVision, and that exclusive fig is really dope, and that video was awesome, and I put a lot of effort into it. So if you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out for me, please and thank you. But to end out today's show, I will be talking about the 4 TV shows, 4 brand new shows. Well, maybe a couple of them are new seasons, but brand new shows coming out in December. One being coming out, I believe, December 5th is Creature Commandos, DCU, James Gunn's DCU official first start of his new DCU, is going to be on Max, and it is an animated show, but it does look pretty damn good, and the cast of voice actors that they have is awesome. So I will be thoroughly checking out this show, and if you guys want me to break down it on the channel, comment those things down below. I'm very looking forward to that, and Frank Grillo, and just seeing where this show goes, you know what I mean? What If Season 3, I believe, comes out later this December as well. I believe December 22nd. I believe it's going to drop 1 episode a day during the week of Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's, I believe, just like Season 2. So What If Season 3 right around the corner. I'll probably cover that the same way I covered What If Season 1, or so What If Season 2. Did I cover Season 1? I'm not sure how far back that was. Maybe I did. This show coming out to Amazon Prime called Secret Level is like an animated video game anthology series, and I believe this comes out December like 14th or something, middle of December. I definitely will be checking this one out on Amazon Prime because it just looks so interesting, and there's like Keanu's in there and Warhammer stuff, and all these different versions of games make up the different episodes. So I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm very fascinated to see how it's going to look at the very least. And of course we have Star Wars Skeleton Crew with Jude Law and the kiddos. I honestly want to watch like Goonies tonight. I don't think I've ever truly seen it, mostly because I was a fat toddler and got bullied for being chunk, and you know, people, older kids would yell, "Do the truffle shuffle" at me, and I had no idea what it meant, but I was just a fat kid, so didn't appreciate it. Got bullied a lot when I was a kid. But hey, now that I'm an adult, maybe I'll like Chunk. And this is all just things I know. I haven't actually seen the movie, but I know Ki-Hye Kwan is a young boy in that movie, and a young Josh Brolin's in there. So, and everyone swears by Goonies, so I need to watch it at least once, right? Like, I'm probably gonna get some hate. People being like, "You haven't seen fucking Goonies?" Hold up, we're gonna see it soon. Don't worry. I'm gonna see it before I start Skeleton Crew for sure, because I believe the vibes of those two things need to be kind of explained, maybe adjacent, you know. And I want to have it fresh in my mind right before I go into it. But here's a new poster for Star Wars Skeleton Crew. This comes out December 2nd. Wait, this comes out today? This morning? Is Star Wars Skeleton Crew out tonight? Do I have to go watch a new episode of this? I might have to. The first episodes. Yeah, so I guess episode 1, they're dropping on Mondays? Oh no, 2 episodes drop tonight. Oh, very interesting. I would have thought it would have been Tuesday, the 3rd, but just like every other Star Wars show, but it seems like they're dropping on Mondays. Episode 3 will drop the 10th. 4th will be the Daniels directed episode. That will be December 17th. Christmas Eve will be episode 5. New Year's Eve will be episode 6. January 7th will be episode 7. And 2 weeks into January, January 14th will be the finale of this episode. So we got, looks like 7 weeks worth of the Skeleton Crew. Definitely will be covering this one on the channel. I covered The Acolyte most recently for Star Wars content, and those videos did really well, but the show itself didn't do quite well. So it is what it is. I'm hoping Star Wars Skeleton Crew brings Star Wars back a little bit for some folks. But just to close out this episode, the last thing I'm going to talk about today is Star Wars Outlaws, A Pirate's Fortune is the new DLC that came out for Star Wars Outlaws, and it brings in Hondo Oodonka as the pirate man that we know and love from the Star Wars Clone Wars show and like Bad Batch and that type of thing. But this is a synopsis, I guess, of the DLC. And it says, Star Wars Outlaws next DLC, A Pirate's Fortune, will see the Trailblazer reputation precedes Kay as she runs into veteran pirate Hondo Oodonka, who is looking to settle old scores with a ruthless gang of pirates. And I feel like this is a great time because you're going to be dealing with pirates in this game. You're going to be dealing with space pirates in Skeleton Crew. So I feel like this is a perfect time for me to go check out this DLC, watch a little Skeleton Crew, you know, have those little things back to back in mind. Love those type of things. Comment below, what do you think of all this news I talked about today? Which of those Thanksgiving weekend movies are you most excited to see? Will you be watching them at home or will you be getting out into the theaters? Did you see any of those movies over the weekend? I know a lot of people went to the movie theaters with their families. Me personally, I was trying to go with my mother to see Wicked, but I could only find one seat and most of them were front row. Most every theater around me for Wicked was sold out, which is crazy. And some people were going multiple times, so I'm trying to see it at least once in theaters. If it's getting this much hype, it must be good enough. Moana, of course, is just getting the families and the kids, so that's why that's making so much money. I'm sure it's good, but I'm sure it's not better than Gladiator 2 or Wicked. Gladiator 2 is phenomenal. It probably won't show it in the box office because there's too many things in the theater right now. So, but that movie had already passed over 300 million worldwide, so I believe that movie is profitable at this point. Maybe not. Maybe Ridley Scott used all of his budget, you know. But I would assume that that movie's going to make money. But Wicked 2 is certainly going to make money. Maybe the billion-dollar movie, depending on how long it stays in theaters. If it stays all the way through Christmas, that movie's making a boatload of cash. But comment below, what are your thoughts on Star Wars Outlaws? If you went and checked out my Vision unboxing, I really appreciate you. Will you be seeing Lilo and Stitch live action when it comes out? Spider-Man Freshman Year when it comes out? Fantastic Four wrapped filming, so next year. Can't wait for that. Kraven the Hunter, will you guys be watching even though it's Sony? You guys know my policy. I'm always very skeptical when it comes to Sony Marvel. In association with Marvel, I'm always like, ooh. But you guys know what it is. My name is Big Cam. Thank you guys so much for coming on by. I'm going to wrap up today's video. If you would like to follow my other social medias, the best way to find me is Big Cam, 2 G's in the Big. Links are down in my description. You can follow me on Letterboxd with a D at the end. Letterboxd with a D. Letterboxd. And you can find all my movie reviews and lists over there. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Big Cam. Look for this ugly mug. Look for the Legos. You should find me Big Cam YouTube on Twitter, Comically Boston on Instagram, Threads. I'm all over the place. I might try and get on Blue Sky recently. People have been getting on there, so I might try and do that. Thank you guys so much for coming on by, though. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is by liking this video, subscribing if you're new, hitting that bell so you don't miss future videos. Thank you guys so much for coming on by, and I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Peace!